Okay, all right. Hello and welcome, everybody. Got a little bit of music. Start the song over. It's not right to start in the middle of a song. That don't feel right. All right, yeah. So just real quick, Rundgren is under the weather tonight. So thought he might still be able he thought he might still be able to push on, but he has decided that he should rest, and I agree. So I'm joined instead by my good friend Laurent, the host of the podcast tonight. Buddy? Figured he might be fun to fill that missing gap there. And because he doesn't really like to talk all that much, I figured we'd add a little bit of music tonight just to make sure there's no dead air. I don't like dead air in a podcast. And as usual, of course, I'll talk about this once the show actually starts too. On a podcast night where Rundgren is not here, we don't do reviews. We save those for when he's here, because the game's no fun if I already know all the scores, which I do. So it's not ad time. The show just started, Nightbot. I don't know what you're doing. You want some? You want some? I'm not actually going to give you that because it'll make you sick, but at some point, I don't doubt he's going to be in my lap or in his tunnel. One of the two. He's a good boy. There are 3 more cats in this house. I don't know, but I wish I did. And if I brought them in here, it would be a huge brawl. So we're just going to have Laurent today. But maybe a different podcast we will have, or maybe a different stream, a painting stream or a building stream. We'll have one of the other cats in here. You tear that chair up as much as you want, buddy. That you go right ahead. Into the cat? Yeah, he's been turned into a cat. What can you do? No, Rundgren's not feeling too great tonight, so Laurent is covering for us and helping us out. We are still, though, we don't know yet if Rundgren's going to be feeling better tomorrow or not, but we are still going to go ahead tonight and do a vote, just in case he is feeling better. If he's not, then, we can carry the vote forward or we can drop it or something. We'll see. But man, he is going to town on that. See, this is why I knew having him here would be good, because when it's just you and you only have like one person to go off of, it can be difficult. But when you got a cat, when you got a cat to bounce things off of, then you're pretty good. Then you're pretty solid. All right. We got a couple minutes and then we'll start the full-on show. It'll probably be shorter tonight, unless I just get to really talking about a subject. There's no telling with me, really. It can happen. He is just destroying that chair right now. But I do have a pre-show topic for you tonight. No, it is just me and Laurent here to talk about it. But the pre-show topic tonight, that's great, buddy. Yeah. You gonna get us demonetized. You know that, right? Are you aware that you're gonna get us demonetized? Huh? Okay, thank you. Just don't show him to the screen. It will be all right. Don't show him to the camera. Pre-show topic tonight is that Susan Wojcicki has stepped down for YouTube. She is the CEO of YouTube, or was the CEO of YouTube, and she has stepped down. And I had some people asking me, hey, what does that mean for the channel? What does that mean for you? I'm going to bring the volume up on this just a smidge. You'll see it all change. There we go. We'll put it at 5. That'll be good. What does that mean for us? I mean, honestly, it doesn't mean much right now because we don't know what the new CEO is going to do. Neil Mohan. Until we know, it's really hard to say. It's just, hey, she stepped down, and Neil Mohan, who was the the chief product officer, the CPO, is her successor. So we'll find out. Yeah, he's been in NFTs for a while, and that has people concerned, because the worry is that he's going to try and, add in NFTs into YouTube somehow. We'll see. It's hard to say. I haven't been able to find a good statement from him yet on it, other than just that his plan is to ensure that YouTube lives up to its responsibility as a global platform. Can you change Lawrence? Yes. If you spend the change Rundgren name, we will change Lawrence's name to Rundgren. I will allow that, yes. So, we'll see. YouTube's in the middle of like all that lawsuit stuff with the AI, vocal AI stuff. So, it's a weird time to change CEOs, but hey, Susan Wojcicki's been doing it for 8 years, or 9 years almost now, I think. So maybe she's just tired. I wouldn't blame her if she is, Also, before anybody else spends anything, try and do this. Nice. I'm going to see if this works, and then we'll kick off the full-on show. It did work!
Of your birth.
Yeah! He's huge, though. He is absolutely... Oh, did I scare you? Sorry. Hey, don't go under there. Hey, no, come out of there. Come out of there. Come on. He's on the terrain. Out of there. Oh. All right, well, he's just gonna be in the terrain for a little while, I guess. The 40K terrain. That's not great. Here, come on. Go. Go. Oh. All right. Out of there. This is why we don't normally have cats on this show. Maybe they'll bring back the dislike bucket, maybe. All right, I've blocked it off with Gundam boxes. He'll be hiding in his tunnel for a little while, I'm sure. But all right, let me change Lawrence's name. What's terrible more than just that chair? That's right. I'm gonna do this the fancy way, which is I'm gonna turn Lawrence's name off, and I'm gonna turn Rundgren's name on. Oh, and then we'll get started with a full-on podcast. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey. He's Rundgren right now. Normally Laurent, but right now he's Rundgren. Yeah. We got some stuff to talk about. Just real quick, of course, should probably mention, because you might be confused, Rundgren is a little under the weather, so he is sitting out tonight, and instead I'm joined with my kitty cat, Laurent, who is currently in trouble because he climbed on top of the 40K terrain and is now hiding because he's upset that he got in trouble. I didn't punish him in any way, shape, or form. He got upset. And so he's going to sulk for a little while. There he is. So yeah, we got Laurent with us tonight. Yeah, hurry up, Rundgren. Hurry up. Don't hide again. You're not in trouble. Laurent, I'm sorry. Come here, boy. Come on. Probably shouldn't be trying to play with him with a green screen. That's a bad idea. Yeah, so let's get into weeks. Let's get into my week. I may have to turn that music down again. This might have been a mistake. We're going to find out. Yeah, so I have been playing Guild Wars 2. I had finished Living World Season 4, made my review on that, and then I just today unlocked my Sky Scale, and that is the Dragon Flying Mount, and we're going to bump all this volume down a little bit here. It's loud in my ears. That is the dragon mount that allows you to do sick barrel rolls and stuff. And so really excited to get the masteries for that. Really excited to play around with that. Very, very cool mount. And the video I recorded and edited the video, got it all, the audio done, and just have to upload it. So I'll upload that tonight, and that'll go up either tomorrow or the day after once all the checks clear on copyright and all that fun stuff. Like always, it's a fun thing that I don't think people realize is that normally videos are up for like a day and a half before they go live because copyright. But yeah, that game's still really good. From here, I'll be moving into Icebrew Saga, and then I've just got Icebrew Saga and Into Dragons to go, and then we'll be trying strikes and raids and all that fun stuff that I haven't touched yet. So Guild Wars 2 continues apace. And then still been playing Lotro. Played that for MMO Mondays. Had a really good time there yesterday. I finally got my first level 50 character, and I'm real stoked about that. I also have a level 17 character, a level 16 character, a level 15 character, a level 15 character, 2 level 12 characters, a level 10 character, and 3 level 9 characters. So, you know, I'm maybe in at this point. It's got me. It helps that there's no sub fee. That's a big feature for me. Not having to pay every month to... What are you doing, son? Do not climb that shelf, please. Okay, there you go. It helps that I don't have to pay a sub every month, and that is a big benefit to me because I'm poor. I'm not mad at you. You're okay. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah. So yeah, Lotro, still really fun. Been playing around with my Guardian, and I like it. It's reactionary in a way I kind of didn't expect. Gotta skip that one. I removed all of those from the stream soundtrack, but I guess it didn't take. So hold on while I fix that, because we need to not get claimed again. Okay, that should be good now. Should be good. But, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm having a... There we go. I'm having a good time with Lotro. I like it. Each of the class plays really differently, and I want to get them leveled up to the point where I can make videos on each of them. I finally have... Talking about Guild Wars again. I finally have all of the elite specs for Engineer, Guardian, and Warrior fully maxed out, and I almost have Necromancer fully maxed out. And then I don't know which one I'm going to work on after that. But if I can get all of them for each class, then I can make videos on each class there too. And I like talking about MMOs, so that's not a bad thing. I have been playing Hi-Fi Rush. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. And Hi-Fi Rush continues to be excellent. That game is so good. It is probably still Game of the Year. That's all I'm saying. I don't really see how it's not going to be Game of the Year. It'll depend on what else comes out, I suppose. But that game has strikers, and you can do combos with your strikers to be able to do even more crazy cool stuff in combat. I did run into a weird thing. I use an off-brand knockoff controller, which I like. It's a good controller, right? It's solid. It's red. It's char-colored. It looks good. For whatever reason, if Steam Big Picture Mode gets turned on, even though I'm playing Hi-Fi Rush through Game Pass, the inputs for Big Picture Mode still work. And so I was having all of my inputs doubled, basically, where like right trigger or right stick and left stick are supposed to be the super move in Hi-Fi Rush, and right stick was also dash for some reason. Right trigger is your striker, but it was also light attack for some reason. And so after I closed Steam, that problem stopped. And so I went back in and turned off the controller for Big Picture Mode, because I never used Big Picture Mode anyway. But it was just a really weird thing that I had never considered. So that's covered now, and that's done. And that's nice. Hi-Fi Rush, very, very cool. Very, very fun. Love that game. Again, not much to say right now because I'm only a couple levels further than I was. Haha. But hopefully you get more upgrade materials, because there's all these upgrades I want and I can't afford any of them. So hopefully that takes care of that. Nobody in chat, by the way, has asked about why I'm wearing a tie with a t-shirt. I'm not going to tell you the story now because I'm going to leave it to him to tell you. Go ahead. Here's the mic. Go ahead. Tell the story. All right. Well, I'm trying to get him involved, and he's just not wanting to be involved. No, Hi-Fi Rush is really cool, and I like that game a lot, and I want to see more of what it's got. I know that there are more strikers, but I don't know who they are yet, so I'm really stoked there, and the boss fights are exceptional. That game's really solid. I've also been playing Octopath Traveler 2. And, look, okay. Octopath Traveler 1, amazing game. Awesome. Great soundtrack. Great characters. Great story for the most part. That's caveat. Give that a little asterisk. Great world. Really cool ideas. Love the job system in there. Love the BP system that's carried over from the Bravely games. It's great. Except it's 8 individual stories with very little interaction, right? There's very little that brings them together. Also, the voice acting in the first game is solid, but a lot of times, even in like big story moments, the line will not be voiced, and it has that like 2006 RPG thing of like they'll say the first word of the line or they'll go and then you'll have the whole text. Octopath Traveler 2 does not have that problem. It's just the full thing. It's everything's voiced in stories. Not everything else is, but everything in stories is voiced. And the characters so far are exceptional. I'm not going to spoil too much for people because the first impressions video is up. You can watch it for yourself if you want. But I chose Oswald to start with. Oswald's a scholar. Your options to start off are like, hey, this character wants to bring the world happiness by eliminating poverty. Or this character is a cleric, or not a cleric, an apothecary that has lost her memory. Or this character is a cleric that is, you know, a little bit not unconditional. That's not the, wow, I am really off my game tonight. Unorthodox. He's a little different than you might expect. And then there's Oswald, who's just the Count of Monte Cristo. And I love him. So, great game so far. Looking forward to more. Played the demo. 3 hours of play that you can use. At the end of that 3 hours, it stops. Really wanted to keep going. Really, really did. And I just started to recruit Throne and was really liking her story. She is the thief. Really, really solid game. Love the way the character interactions work. Not just with each other, but like with the other people in the world. The abilities that you have to be able to affect people. The first game had those too, but in Traveler 2, in Octopath Traveler 2, you can change time. No, sir. Not the green screen. Let go. You can change the time of day, which is really cool. Come here. Here, you're trying to get over here. Come on, say hi. Ow. You can change the time of day, which is really, really cool, and I like that feature a lot. But it's just a microphone. It's okay. But when you change the time of day, your character gets a different interaction ability to be able to mess with the world, and it's just super cool. I love the way the characters work. I love the characters themselves so far, and I can't wait to get access to the full game so that I can learn more about the cast. The only real complaint that I have is in the first game, so you choose one character to start off with, and then you go and recruit all the others. And in the first game, you could recruit your first person, and then by the time you recruited the last person, your first person is way higher level than the rest of your squad, right? Especially in the last person that you recruited. But you can switch anybody else in the party in the first game except your first character that you chose. They're locked until you finish their full story. And I was hoping the second game would fix that. So far, Oswald is still locked to my party. Maybe that'll change once I get more than 4 people, but I doubt it. You see how vicious he is? But we'll see. That would be really nice. I don't want to have to play through all the Chapter 4s, or like Oswald's Chapter 4 before I can switch out my whole party. So we'll see. But that's pretty much been my week. Watch Black Dynamite, I guess I can talk about that. Here, you want down? Start to get mad and dig your claws into my shirt. Ow! Let go! Go, son! Ow! There. He's so mean. I watched Black Dynamite with the wife. That is a great movie. Love that movie. Really, really fun movie. Just, if you haven't seen it, Michael J. White, just really great performance. I was laughing so hard all over again. I adore that movie. But yeah, that's pretty much been my week. Been doing just a lot of work in and stuff like that, getting ready for stuff. Watched a weird anime twice, and not much. Which anime? Just out of curiosity. I am curious. But it was a pretty good week. Had a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun. Looking forward to this upcoming week. I think there's gonna be a lot of fun there too. And obviously, we won't talk Double Zeta without Rundgren here, so we'll save that. But some stuff is happening in Double Zeta at the point that we're at. Finally, some good stuff. Satellite Girl and Milk Cow. Okay, that's a new one to me. I haven't heard that one. Interesting. I need to get back to watching Revenger, because that show is very good. So, we're not going to do reviews either, because Ron's not here, as usual, so we'll save those for next week. So we will move straight into announcements. And now the first one is that we have some time off coming. This is an announcement for the channel. This is not an announcement for somebody else. So, let's go time off coming up. Let's do that. This will be, I'm going to repeat this announcement every week until we get to that time. And I have the dates pulled up over here. We will be taking March the 9th through March the 17th. So it is 8 days. We'll be taking 8 days off in the month of March. We don't normally take time off, but I am going on my honeymoon. So taking some time off for that. It's important, and I'm excited. So that'll be Thursday, the 9th of March, and it'll carry through till the 17th of March, which is the next Friday. So we'll be back on March the 20th. Again, not that big of a deal right now, because we're still a month out from that almost. But wanted to go ahead and let everybody know. I guess it's 3 weeks. Wanted to go ahead and let everybody know, because I will be unavailable, and so there won't be the regular schedule during that time. Now, let's get into non-channel related announcements. That was the wrong time for me to take a drink. I nearly spewed that everywhere. That was perfect timing, Will. Named your Minecraft parrot Ozzy all drugs Osborne. That's apt. That's apt. So, for our first announcement, just a real quick thing too. There will still be YouTube videos that go up during that time. I'm gonna pull some overtime and get some extra videos recorded and scheduled so that everything will still continue that way at least. For our first announcement, let's talk about the Tetris movie. You heard me right. If you have not heard of this yet, there is a Tetris movie coming. It's being directed by John S. Baird, written by Noah Pink, and it's going to star Taron Egerton, I believe, from the Kingsman movies, might be where you know him, Toby Jones, and Sofia Lebedeva. If you've never heard the story, you may be going, how can they make a Tetris movie? What's it even going to be about? If you've never heard the turbulent story of how Tetris came to be and exists today, that is something. That is a story. And I hope this movie does not, I'll put it this way. I hope this movie does not downplay what happened in the process of trying to make Tetris a thing. Because, man, that story's something. So, hopefully the movie will be good. If they stick true to facts, then it will. There's a lot of times where people will say, well, something's a story stranger than fiction. The Tetris origin story is a story stranger than fiction. That absolutely is incredible how that happened. So, both good and bad, incredible. So, hopefully that movie's going to be pretty good. We don't know too much yet. Just that, you know, again, we know the main actors. We know a couple of the story beats from the trailer. But the trailer's actually pretty good. So if you're interested in checking out the trailer, or if you're interested in seeing what this is going to be like, I'd say check out the trailer. It might actually spoil more for you than you want it to of the story. But if you know the story, then, you know. And that's coming March 31st of this year. So hopefully pretty good. Again, for anybody who's like, man, I hope Trey goes for like an hour and a half today by himself. I'm gonna try. But Laurent is not helping me much. Why did you do that, son? Why did you do that? I guess that's what I get for talking bad about him, huh? Ow! Clip. Yeah, there you go. There you go. The Forest 2, Sons of the Forest, comes out in 2 days. Very nice. Ow! Well then. That was very painful. It was his victory. He won that fight. He won that fight. The worst part is, it's not even like he was just coming up to say hi or wanted to climb up in my lap. He legitimately attacked and then ran. It was that he just had to come get me. He's a vicious little guy. That's why we can't just let him be with the rest of the cats all the time, because he'll just get them. So we have... I'm going to try and just move on. We have a Pokemon Presents coming February 27th. We will see how that goes. That'll be at 6 a.m. PST. Or you sneak strike. Exactly. 20 minutes, they say, of exciting Pokemon news in celebration of Pokemon Day 2023. But it doesn't actually like give us any idea what we're looking at. It's probably going to be some Scarlet and Violet DLC. And then we might get a little bit of stuff on like Pokemon Go. But I would be very surprised. Quick attack, yeah. I'd be very surprised if we get any like new game announcements. I don't think that's going to happen. I think maybe we'll get something for Arceus, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and then we're definitely going to get something for Scarlet and Violet. See, you all think that I'm joking when I say that Laurent is vicious, but I'm covered in little tiny scratches from where he has jumped me and attacked me. And in that same vein as the Pokemon Presents, we have a State of Play coming Thursday at 1 p.m. It's going to have 15 minutes of Suicide Squad's Kill the Justice League, 5 PSVR 2 games, and new looks at games from third-party partners. So, we shall see. We shall see. Would be cool if we got something shadow dropped, but I don't think it'll happen. But it would be cool. I'm told that an ad is starting in 30 seconds. I don't think it's actually going to start in 30 seconds. I really want to take a drink of my Pepsi. I mean, my non-branded soda. But I will wait to see if the ad actually starts. Do you have any other thoughts? That's what I thought. He's so insightful, isn't he? So insightful. I never did play that much of The Forest. Probably go back and try it at some point. That bot did clip it. It's, I see. All right, you got me. You got me with that hydrate. Hopefully. Pretty good. It did that. I'm checking to see if that bot really did clip it the way it was supposed to. Yep, it did. Awesome. That's cool. That's cool. And posture check. Now we have that whenever we want it. That's awesome. It's great when a plan comes together. You know what I mean? When stuff works the way it's supposed to, and it's not broken.
Blame this on the misfortune of your birth.
It's great. I'll make that Char picture smaller. I love it when a plan comes together. Exactly. Hey, YouTube crowd. There's an ad going for another 10 seconds. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you. I know that you don't get to do a lot of the cool stuff that people on Twitch get to do. But I appreciate you, and I wish I could make it where you could do that stuff, YouTube side. I really, truly do. All right. We will move on now to some interesting news, I think. Let's talk about PlayStation Classics and how it's getting some new titles. Specifically, Wild Arms 2, Legend of Dragoon, and Harvest Moon Back to Nature. And that'll be February 21st. But they also said that if you've previously purchased the digital version of these games for PS3, thanks Nightbot, you're a little bit late. For PS3, PSP, stuff like that, then you don't have to buy them again or have PS Plus. You can just download them, which is really cool. I believe I own Legend of Dragoon. So I should just be able to download that again, which is great. But pretty cool. Pretty cool. I know I own Wild Arms 1. I might own Wild Arms 2. But either way, that's a thing that I think Nintendo should do. They won't, but it'd be really cool if they did, because then you could just re-download games that you bought 7 years ago, 11 years ago, 21 years ago. Of course, they weren't digital then, I guess, but you know what I mean. All right. Next up, Minecraft has a new DLC pack coming, and it's Mega Man X. Now, this is a weird thing, because you get skins for X and Zero and Vile and some of the Mavericks, including Storm Eagle, which is great. Yeah, 100 years ago. And then things look like Minecraft, but also very... The world that you get with it is like a one-for-one of Mega Man X stages from... It's weird. I'm sorry that I seem so confused, but I'm going to drag this image on screen. It's weird to see those levels from that direction. That's not the way you normally see them. I gotta download it so I can pull it up, because stupid WebMs. Like, that's not how you normally see those levels, and it feels really weird to see. SpongeBob and Angry Birds. Yeah, they're going for it. A lot of crossovers, a lot of weird stuff. It's a good crossover, though, in a weird way. So, I mean, I'm not against a Zero skin. I haven't played Minecraft in a while. I could play Minecraft with a Zero skin. It'd be pretty sick. So, out of all the announcements that I had to share with you tonight, that was maybe the most sudden and confusing to me, but I like it. I like it. All right.
We shall see.
We shall see indeed. All right, well, that's all our announcements for tonight. So we'll move into news. Now remember, when I said that I was hoping to be able to go for an hour and a half, we're 40 minutes in, or almost 40 minutes in, and we're just now getting to news, when normally that's like an hour and a half in. Hello, I like money. Exactly. So, let's start off with the worst news, and then we can walk it back with some good news, and hopefully hopefully everybody will be excited by the end of things here. But let's talk about Outbound Ghost. So, Outbound Ghost, the Outbound Ghost, I should specify, sorry, the Outbound Ghost, is a game that was coming out last year, and did come out last year, but it was coming out last year, and it is a Paper Mario-like. It has a small dev team that seems pretty passionate about it. There was a Kickstarter to get things going, and then they teamed up with the publisher to hopefully be able to put it on other platforms as well. The PC version launched. People really seemed to like it. And then Steam version launched, and the PlayStation 4 and the Switch version launched, and the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 version launched, and they're borderline unplayable. Switch version is not even borderline. It's basically unplayable. This led to kind of a surprising tweet from the development team, which basically just says, the Outbound Ghost, this was December 1st when this came out, by the way, this tweet. The Outbound Ghost released on PlayStation 4, 5 yesterday, and on Nintendo Switch today. I've already received worrying messages concerning its performance. I never wanted this version of the game to come out, but due to circumstances out of my control, this is the one that was released. I'm doing everything that I can to get the relevant parties to fix their mistakes, and I will keep you all up to date as much as I possibly can. Conrad, lead developer of the Outbound Ghost. Then he tweeted out saying, regarding the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 release of the Outbound Ghost, I am so incredibly disappointed, and I will do everything in my power to do what's right. For now, if you want to play the game, the Steam version is the one that I have approved. This music does not seem fitting for this, so we're just gonna pause the music for now while we cover this, because this is not a happy, fun time. So you may say, well, Trey, how did this happen then? The publisher was supposed to be making sure that the console versions were good. Well, after this, there was radio silence for a little while. And then the Steam version of the game got taken down. And there was some back and forth about why, some different things said by different people, but nothing was ever like outright confirmed. And then just this last week, the developer put out a video that is basically why I'm DMCAing my own game, and dropped a bomb basically on what was going on with the situation. And right now I need to specify, it is he said, she said. There is not a lot of like confirmation, though the developer dropped a bunch of legal documents showing their side of it, and it all looks pretty legit. But what has come out is that, according to the developer, they got to play an early version of the console versions of their game that the publisher was working on. The versions were not good, according to them, and they sent back feedback, and the publisher never sent them another build, stopped responding to them, according to them, stopped responding to them, and released the game anyway. Now the publisher is suing them for defamation, saying that the statement that I just read off about how disappointed they were was defamatory. And there's another tweet that was used where someone basically said, hey, the Switch version has a game-breaking bug. And the dev replied with, hey, if you get to this spot, it will kill your save. If you're not careful, you should back up your save. Apparently that's defamatory too, according to the publisher. And so they're getting sued. Now, the developer, Conradical, put out a whole statement on like, these are the ways that the publisher broke our agreement. We should be the ones suing them, but they're suing us. They still haven't paid us. So the dev team says they haven't gotten a dime from the console release of the game so far. They don't get any access to fix the game that's still broken on console. And the console versions are still available. Now, the publisher put out a thing on December 1st saying that the update was going to be coming out that would fix everything. That update has not come out yet. That's been over 2 months ago. The game's still broken. And so, right now, become lost media. Yeah, it could be. Right now, the developer is working on another game because they got to pay the bills for this legal fee somehow. And so they've kickstarted another game. And they're going to continue on with this lawsuit that the publisher is suing them for defamation when, according to the developer, the publisher broke the license agreement and then released the game anyway. How true that is, I don't know. That's just what I'm being told. The publisher put out a statement that basically said that the developer was lying and was trying to take advantage of her husband's death to say that she was lying. There's more to this story than we know. There's stuff that's not being said, probably on both sides. But as of right now, I'm leaning towards believing the developer because of the stuff that he's shown, but I don't believe him 100%. I'm a little reticent. There's something else here that we don't know. And we're going to find out, I guess, because it's going to legal. And it's going to get settled somehow, but it's a mess. And a lot of people to come out to support the devs. The new game is doing well on Kickstarter. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Laurent does not care about any of this stuff. But as of right now, it kind of just feels like the developers have been left out in the cold. And now that the Steam version's gone too, they're not making money on their game at all that they worked on. But from my understanding, the publisher worked on the game too to be able to get the ports done. So how this all shakes down, I don't know. We'll see. If the publisher did not pay the developer, the publisher needs to pay the developer. That's just writing on the wall. That is clear cut to me. People work for you. People do work. Your agreement is to pay them. You pay them. We'll see how it all shakes out. It's a huge mystery and a huge mess right now, but all I would caution is until we have more proof, maybe don't believe everything that you're told, because I've seen a lot of people being like, this publisher's to blame, and they might be. It really sounds like they are. I want to be on the dev side, and right now I am on the dev side, right? I just feel like there's more we're not being told. The fact that the publisher brought up her husband at all tells me that something else was happening there before the agreement went down. And so, I don't know. We'll see. I would love to get Conrad on here to talk to him about it, or the publisher, Digirati. I'd love to get them on here to talk about it, but I doubt that will happen. But we'll see. You never know. So that's the bad news, right? That's where we're at right now with that. Yeah, I'm in the exact same place. Let's talk about some good news, which is there's some big updates coming. First, to Chrono Cross: The Radical Dreamers. I've not, no, but I also haven't looked for it this week so far. I've been very busy this week. The Chrono Cross: The Radical Dreamers edition came out last year. It came out specifically 10 months ago. And the performance is not great. The performance is pretty... We can turn the music back on now. There it goes. The performance was not great at launch. There were a lot of problems, but people really liked that game. I really like Chrono Cross. That's a great game. So I was really excited for the Radical Dreamers edition, and I've been waiting for an update. Yeah, like Cyberpunk. I've been waiting for an update to be able to play it, you know? I want to play it. I'm excited for it. So With this up, I'm sorry, I just got sent a new thing of news, and I'm trying to parse it while I'm talking at the same time. All right, well, that's breaking news, I guess. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, sorry. You'll see why I'm shocked when we get to that. They put out a statement yesterday, the developers of Chrono Cross Radical Dreamers Edition, that reads, "Hello, everyone. This is the Chrono Cross the Radical Dreamers Edition development team. Following the launch of the game last year, we're planning to release an update this month. The update includes a wide range of changes, such as frame rate improvements, changes to the growth system for Pip, and fixes for other bugs. Thank you all so much for your thoughts and feedback on Chrono Cross the Radical Dreamers Edition. Have you discovered the secrets that original director Masato Kato added to this remaster? We hope that you download the update and that you continue to enjoy playing the game into the future. Thank you for continuing to support Chrono Cross the Radical Dreamers Edition." So, it's cool, right? Awesome that it's happening. They didn't say when it's happening. And there's a lot of people that believe that it's too little too late, right? It's 10 months on. Probably should have been done sooner, right? But personally, I'm just glad it's happening at all, because 10 months later, they don't really have a financial incentive to fix it. Sorry, I'm just double checking on that breaking news that got sent to me, that it's actually correct. Okay, that news is correct. We'll cover that in a little bit then. Personally, again, like I said, I'm just glad it's happening at all, but I understand why people are upset about it, right? 10 months is a long time for a game to not run the way that it should. That is a very long time. We also, like I said, don't have a date on when this update's coming out, so it could be quick, could be a long time. We'll see. Personally, I'm excited. Not super late. We're almost done. But glad you're here, Dark. Rungrid's a little under the weather. So, as you can tell, he's been turned into a cat. Well, we are on the news now, but there's been some breaking news that has come through. And we did not do reviews because Rungrid's not here. So that's why it's so quick. But we've already covered announcements and my week, and we're now almost done with the news. I'm going to refill my cup real quick. Talking a lot, and so I'm thirsty. I'm also, I get this, like, nervous. No! I overfilled my cup. I get this, like, nervous energy when I'm talking by myself on a podcast. I don't know why. I do it every Friday. It should be fine. But it makes it where I wind up drinking more than I normally do, which is a soundbite that probably shouldn't have existed, but now does. Just hold on. I'm cleaning up this mess real quick. I know. It was kind of a didn't know which way it was going to go thing, you know? But didn't know if he was going to get to feeling better or not. So. The Hazel 2, and I have not looked at them yet. So I will pull them up after I can pull them up right now. Why not? Why not? Also, Laurent was with me and helping me out, and he just decided to go to sleep. Unfortunately. They've just announced the new kits, right? Okay, I can pull them up here on the, You're not talking about the high grades, are you? Double check. You talking about the master grades? Oh, the P Bandai ones. Okay. Let's see. I go to the P Bandai website. That's not the P Bandai website. I was talking about the old high grades, though. Oh, that's a good looking suit. There's an old Hazel high grade that is built off a Mark II body and does not actually look like the Hazel II, but and the Messer. Ooh, that looks good. I like them. I like them. P Bandai makes some good stuff, but they're expensive. Yeah, I agree. Next up for the news, we have that's the way I feel too when I see P Bandai's real grades. Their high grades aren't bad, but their real grades, rough. Gran Turismo 7's getting a really interesting update. So this update, get the full thing here. This update is going to come with PlayStation VR 2 support, which is very cool and strange. I didn't like normally like VR games are made, and this is a brand new mode they had to make for this. You'll be able to play it. And then it's also coming with, and also before you say, oh, it's probably just like a little track thing. No, it's the whole game is going to have VR 2 support, except for split screen, of course, but like the whole thing. And then Grand Valley's coming back, GT Sophie for testing, 5 new cars, and Driftscapes. It's pretty crazy. I'm not a big racing game person, but for people that are, that's pretty nuts. Pretty happy about that. And then that was all of the news. See how like much longer news goes when Runger and I are talking? For Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Nice. This one might surprise you, your viewer. Microsoft and Nintendo team up. Microsoft and Nintendo have signed a 10-year deal for Call of Duty to come to Switch. Oh, okay then. All right. Yeah. I have no idea how that's going to work. I have no idea how they're going to... It's not... They're specifically saying not to have it be stream play on Switch, but the full game on Switch. I have no idea how that's going to work. Here's the statement from Brad Smith, VP, over there at Microsoft. Microsoft and Nintendo have now negotiated and signed a binding 10-year legal agreement to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo players the same day as Xbox, with full feature and content parity, so they can experience Call of Duty just as Xbox and PlayStation gamers enjoy Call of Duty. We are committed to providing long-term equal access to Call of Duty to other gaming platforms, bring more choice to more players and more competition to the gaming market. So, they absolutely have. There have been some really crazy ports to Switch. However, some of them have been stream-only versions, where you can only play it as long as you're connected, and most of the game itself is being offloaded. My understanding is they don't want that with this. They want it to be fully on cart. Which Call of Duty, they don't say. My assumption is the next one, right? The crazy thing about this to me is that Nintendo doesn't do this, right? Nintendo does not do this. And I'm sure Microsoft is doing this because they're trying to show that they're not trying to make exclusives again. Like, they don't want a bunch of exclusives because of the stuff with them buying Blizzard and Activision Blizzard and all the FTC trade regulations. I'm sure this is them trying to prove they mean what they say. Even if that's all it is, 10 years is a long time. And if Nintendo starts doing this the other way, it is only a benefit to consumers. This in and of itself is only a benefit to consumers anyway, because now Switch players can play a game they wouldn't have gotten to play otherwise on that console, which is very cool. Yeah, it'd be nice to see like a COD 4 on there for sure. So, this is good news as far as I'm concerned. I saw some people saying, well, they're just doing this to appease the FTC. But even if they are, this is just good stuff. So, you know, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we can move forward into eventually maybe a time where there are much fewer exclusives. I doubt it, but it sure would be nice. It sure would be nice. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, 100%. Can you imagine getting Switch games on Game Pass? Yeah, and speaking of which, let me pull up Game Pass here, because we have gotten a few, but I don't believe it's because of Nintendo. I'm pulling up Game Pass to double check. But things like Octopath Traveler with Square are on there. So there is a start to it, right? But you will know our names. Oh, you didn't get Atomic Heart? I'm sorry to hear that, Dark. That hurts my non-atomic heart. That was a bad joke, but I'm glad I told it anyway. So, we're going to save our reviews for next week. And I don't really have anything else to say about that other than just it's cool that this is happening. Download and get some room, I understand. I understand. I have to make a choice on whether I'm going to get Octopath Traveler on PC or Switch. I'm not sure yet. If I get it on PC, it's going to run better. But if I get it on Switch, I can play it on my honeymoon. So, it's a tough call. Tough call. Let's go ahead and vote. I don't know if Rungren's going to feel good enough to do his assignment tomorrow or not. You're installing it now? Awesome. But we're going to go ahead and vote on it either way. And if he's feeling good enough to do so, then great. If he's not, then the vote just won't count. So, keep that in mind. I forgot to put the pictures in here for the vote. So, if he's not feeling good enough for it, then I'll probably stream something tomorrow when I get back home after work. Let's see. Do I have these already on here? Don't think I do. I'm going to have to... I can turn one of them on, but I think I'm probably going to have to... That's not it. Haha. Yeah, I understand. Nope. Those two aren't it either. Okay. So, what I'm about to do is I'm about to download these images real quick for these. And just remember again, if you vote and the game wins, but he's not feeling up to it, he's not going to play it tomorrow. And we don't have multiple codes in these games. So just keep that in mind. Look, I was about to fight Lorit. He would win. He would win. So just keep that in mind if you're going, but Trey, this won the poll and then he didn't play it because he wasn't feeling up to play it. Well, that's not my fault. And it's not his fault. So just, I don't know, deal with it, man. I don't know. I can't change. If I could make it where he wasn't feeling bad, I would, okay? This is a maybe vote. That's all it is. And then after that, we'll probably handle a topic or something. All right. Let me make the poll. See, normally we throw it over to his corner, and I do it during the corner. That's the entire reason why I put it in there. Alright, pulls up. Yeah. Yeah. 3 is the game that I never put the review out for because I hated it so much. So. Pain. So chat, we have some options. Yep. Yep. I waited for that game since it was announced. I was so stoked for that game. And it broke me inside. It broke me. I need to see if I can find that audio. Because, man, I went to town. All right, chat, we got some options. We can end the stream a little early. We can tackle the topic. Or we can do one of 2 other things, which is make more commands live on stream. Or I can play something for like 30 minutes. Yeah. 3-1. I expected it would. Tackle topics? Okay. I am fine with that. See what everyone else's vote is. One single change lets you... Yep. Also, just a reminder, my honeymoon is coming up. And so I will be gone. We won't be streaming. We're going to take some time off. We're going to take 8 days off from the 9th of March through the 17th of March. So that's a full 8 days, a full week and a day. Just please keep that in mind. I'm going to keep announcing it up until time for us to be gone. So, okay, we got one topic and one play a game. I guess we'll do another poll. Not quite, Dark. A lock-on command? What are we doing? All right, so we got play a random game. Tackle a random topic. Make more stream commands. Or what was the other option? Oh, call it early. All right. I've made the poll because I see people giving different responses. And if nothing wins the poll, then we'll roll a dice and let fate decide. Tackle a topic, then you play it. Yeah, yeah. Or you do both at the same time. Talk a topic while playing a game. Then make some new commands. Yeah. Honestly, look, I just had a really dumb idea. Let me see if I have that installed. Do I have that installed? Oh! You alright, boyo? You okay? He fell asleep. All right, let's see. Do I have that installed? I'm trying to find a difficult game that would be really funny to try and cover a topic at the same time as playing it. What do I have installed right? Because like if it's just an RPG, then like a turn-based RPG, then that's fairly easy to do. It was a 3-way tie. It sure was. Yeah, be no streams for a week from the 8th to the 17th. But we'll be back after that. And we're not planning on taking any more time off for a while. So play COD and talk. Kira cry. I understand. I'm gonna miss everybody too. I don't like taking time off really, but it's important to take time off for a honeymoon, I suppose. The wife deserves that much. All right, well, let me first make a new command. Because we tied. And then I'll boot up something that is like hard to survive in. And we'll do a special, we'll call it the hot seat challenge, where you gotta try and cover a topic while you play a game. All right, but first let's make a new command. And we're gonna do this, we'll do this where everybody can see it. Because that'll be fun. Well, right now it's just play a random song on the soundboard, but that'll eventually get changed. Let me turn this on. Turn all these on. Where you can see yourself and see me. There we go. Lawrence back there. You know what? I'll add Lauren in too, just because I get it. You need to be able to see the cat. There's giant Laurent. We'll put him up there. We'll put me down here. All right, let's make a new command. You can see the process of this. Select image. Fine. I gotta first get an image. Do I have that sound bite? That's the real question. If I don't have the sound bite, all it'll be is the image at first. Okay, I don't have the sound bite for the lock on. So we'll make a different one instead. And I will have to make the lock on one later. Let's see. Let's do Trans Am. Yeah, right now the soundboard thing makes it where when you choose it, when you buy for it, I play a random soundboard sound. That's what it does right now. All right, so we drop this image in here. We approve that. We want to make it much smaller so it doesn't take up the entire screen. Then we make the command Trans Am. Make the reward Trans Am. We allow the command. We attach a sound. To upload the soundbite. Drop the soundbite in here. Let me make sure it works. All right. Should be good. Should be good. Turn this into random position on the screen. Hit save. Now on my end, on the window I can't show you because it's stream stuff. I make a new custom command. Call it Trans Am. Give it a description. Stream stuff or dream stuff? Good question. Also, I realized we need to put the hyphen in there so that it matches. Because it is case sensitive and everything. There we go. We'll make it 100 kind of points. We'll change the color to a red, because it should be like a pinkish red almost. The color of the transaction. There we go. Then we create it. And now we see if it works. So normally it doesn't work right away. That is what I've seen, is that normally it does not work right away. So don't spend your points on it yet. Will has already done so. Expected it to work. When I made the Char one, for instance.
Blame this on the misfortune of your birth.
It didn't come up. Why did it not come up? Copy. Paste. When I made the Char one, it didn't work for like 3 days. He is still so huge. All right, let's try refreshing it. It did for a second. Okay. And then let's try it again. And then. All right, so now we're going to try turning it off. Not Char. We're going to try turning it off here. And then we're going to try turning it off and on again over here. And then I'm going to try one more time, but it might not work until next, like tomorrow. Yeah, so it's not working right now, but it might work tomorrow, so we'll see. All right. Don't look at my Steam library. I don't want you to see all the stuff I have in there. There might be stuff that I can't show you in there, actually. Let's do the hot seat challenge.